All right, y'all. Welcome. We're gonna do a little Q&A for y'all today.
Yep.
So we're just gonna ask each other questions, answer them, and you'll get to know us a little more.
All right.
So,
You want to go first?
yeah, go first.
Okay. How did you get into percussion?
So this was in sixth grade, and at this time I was living in Kentucky. And what we did is, it's actually a little different than what you guys did. So this was our first day of band in sixth grade, and that's when we got to test the instruments out. And I was originally going to go for trumpet, and then I was terrible at it. And then the second day we did percussion, and I'm like, oh, it's fun to hit stuff. And then that's just what happened.
You never
So,
told me about the trumpet part.
I did not, but hey.
All right, your turn.
How did you get into trombone?
It was kind of a similar story. Going back to actually first grade was the first time I put my hands on a trombone in a elementary music class. Tried it,
Yeah.
actually didn't do too bad, for a first grader.
Yeah.
Then come fifth grade band fittings, I'm thinking I'm gonna play clarinet because that's what my mom played in high school.
Oh, nice.
I
didn't
try.
know
I try it. I can't get a sound out of it. Then I pick up a trombone and I can actually make some sound out of it. And I'm like, this is the one.
Kind of similar to that. When we had our testing day, I did terrible at the trumpet, but I was actually pretty good at the clarinet. And I'm like, oh, this is too girly. I don't want to do this. So I went with percussion.
Really clarinet.
Uh-huh.
Hey, you've told me a little bit about being in orchestra back
I
in
did.
middle school. Yeah, how did that come about?
Yeah, so at my old school in Kentucky, we also had orchestra alongside of band, and that actually started in fourth grade. So I joined orchestra in fourth grade. I actually wasn't going to be in orchestra because my brother was, and I'm like, I don't want to do this. But then I ended up doing it. I played the viola. Terrible decision. Cello. I wish I picked cello. That cello was so much cooler. But I played fourth, fifth, and sixth grade, and then when I moved up to Michigan, the school I went to didn't have orchestra, so I had to drop it. Then I focused on percussion, and then that just happened. But yeah, it was kind of fun. But then realizing in sixth grade when I started in percussion, and I'm playing everything like a step off because alto clef and treble clef aren't the same clef, and I didn't realize that at first. I was playing everything off whenever I was playing bells, so it was crazy, man. All right, so I have a question for you now. What do you prefer more, jazz band, concert band, or marching band?
I'm gonna say marching band, but
Ooh.
if I had a second, that's a close in between jazz and concert
Yeah.
band.
Mm-hmm.
Same question. What's your favorite ensemble?
Ooh, see, I really like both, but I feel like I like marching band better because you have the marching, you have playing and marching at the same time. You got football games, you got parades. I just feel like there's so much more you can do, and there's much more to put yourself out there.
Absolutely.
I feel like a concert's more something like you prepare it, and then like it's not really, you can't really get it out there as much.
Yeah, concert band. You have months between performances most of the time.
Yeah, because like for concert band this past semester we had one concert and that was it.
We had
Whereas-
4 months to prepare.
Yeah, and then like in marching band, we played at like every football game. So it's like you put yourself out there more, and
sure.
and I can play louder. And it's also because like I'm in drumline, so to play drum. If you could choose a second instrument to play, what would you choose?
I'm gonna go with trumpet because I actually did play trumpet as a second
Ooh.
instrument in high school for a couple of years.
Nice. Yeah.
Same question.
Yeah. So I'm kind of torn between two, and or a few actually. It'd be either trombone, cello, or guitar. Those are all three instruments that I love. Probably gonna go with cello though, because cello is awesome. I love the cello. It's so cool. Who is your favorite composer?
I think you know the answer. to
I
this.
know who this is, but I don't know if they know who this
Randall
is.
Standridge.
Yeah, and it's the same thing for me. But now my follow-up question: how did it lead to him being your favorite?
Well, I've played his pieces and listened to him a lot over the years, and I'm like, this guy is not capable of writing something bad.
Yeah.
Same question.
Yeah, it's for me basically it was as a percussionist, like a lot of this like older music doesn't have a lot of percussion parts, and so when we started playing more of his music, I realized this guy has a lot of percussion parts, and they're fun and everything. He literally wrote a song called "Too Much Percussion" because he got complaints about him writing too much percussion parts. But as a percussionist, I love it because I get to do more stuff. It's just amazing.
That's literally the best response to band directors complaining about writing too much percussion.
Exactly. So, you're going for a music education degree, correct?
Mm-hmm.
What job specifically would you like to get from this?
I want to be a band director.
So, would you prefer a middle or high school band? If you had to choose one.
If I do want to do both, but if I had to choose one, I think I'd go high school because there's just more you can do with a high school band.
Yes.
See, what is your, because you're going for the same degree, right?
Yes, sir.
Hey, what is your dream job with a music ed degree?
So, this is a bit interesting because I also want to teach music. The thing is, I don't want to just teach music. I want to do multiple things. I want to be either a middle and high school band director or an elementary music teacher. I wouldn't mind either of them. I prefer the band director. But at the same time, I want to do that and also do composing as well as some local musician work. So it's like the main goal is band director, but all this other stuff I would love to do at the same time as well. All right, so Riley, what kind of music conferences have you been to?
I've been to a couple. Senior year of high school, I was at Michigan Music Conference in the high school all-state band, which was an
Ooh.
experience. I've also went to the Midwest Clinic this past December and a Michigan Music Conference again, but not as, for a different reason.
Yes.
How about you?
It was just this past Michigan Music Conference. It was the only one I've been to, but it was a great experience. Randall Standridge was the guest composer for the high school all-state band. It was a whole fun experience. I loved every bit of it.
And at the Midwest Clinic back in December, I actually talked with Standard, which was awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. So let's say that you grow up and you have 3 kids. What instruments do you want each of your kids to play? So you're your oldest, your middle child, and your youngest.
Oldest, trombone.
Trombone, okay? And
Middle?
they can't play the same
Oh,
instrument.
dang it.
All right, because I know you make them all play trombone.
Second one, euphonium.
Okay. that's
Youngest,
nice.
tuba.
Low brass, rise up.
As a conductor, what are your 5 top bucket list pieces?
Bucket list pieces? Okay. So,
And they can't all be Randall Standridge.
okay. Well, the first one's Unbroken. And the second one is going to be A Ghost Story by Standridge, both of those two. And then moving away from that, probably Asylum by Andrew David Perkins. What else? There's a lot, dude. Rapture by Brian Ballmages. That's a really good one. And then what else can we do? Probably Bukovic Symphony 1.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to throw the same thing right at you.
All right. Oh boy, there's so many to pick from.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. What? I'm gonna go Undertow by John Mackey.
Okay, that's a good one.
Mackinac Island Suite by Andrew David Perkins.
Very good.
Animation by Randall Standridge.
Yeah.
What else? Unbroken, I'm gonna say that one too.
That's the big one. It's
Yep.
really good.
There's so many good ones.
There's a lot.
There's so many really good ones out there.
Yeah.
I think I'm also gonna go A Ghost Story.
A Ghost Story, yeah. It's a big one. It's pretty tough, but it's very good.
Yeah. Any final questions?
Yeah. So you're up.
What is your ultimate goal as a music educator?
I want to pass down my drive for music. Sometime in high school, I'm like, this is really good, and I love doing it, and I just want to pass on my love of music to all the new generations to come. And I'm going to ask the same question to you.
And you said all the things I would have. I also would love to one day take one of my ensembles to the Midwest Clinic.
That would be dope. That would be really cool.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
not till like the end of my career, but it could happen.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, and same thing, everything you said too.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you guys want us to do another part to this Q&A by asking your own questions, leave your questions down in the comments, and we will react to them in another video, guys. But thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Thanks.